Friendly greetings again, it's Torley. What else would I say? And in this music video of sorts, we are looking at UVI Sound Source's Workstation. Now, I've been seeing a lot of these sorts of things, not droves and droves, but it seems like various companies, including Native Instruments, whose core product I enjoy a lot, they have these workstation paradigm-based packages, which are run on the computer as a plugin within a host or sometimes standalone, and they're expandable by way of sounds. So UVI, who has a lot of unfortunate typos on their site, has decided to offer this. It's been a while since I've used their products, and it was hard to get to this page. They have awful navigation in some regards. So I'm of course going to put an easy address on the screen so you can get here. Now, this is the teaser. They offer you this demo pack of 415 megabytes of sounds, and then you can download it. And it asked me, it said I would have to restart in order to use it and log out on my Mac. I didn't though. And afterwards I just booted Ableton Live right here, which is my chosen workstation. I'll just move this a little over to the left. Positioning is a funny thing with these videos. You want to make it clear. So what we have here, one thing you need to do is the README file, because it asks you to place an alias to the demo sound bank. It doesn't automatically do it, or copy it into a specific folder in your library application support UVI sound thingy. And so it looks like this. I haven't gone into great depths. It's supposed to be multi-timbro to some of you. Running joke. So it's got various slots. But what we have here is, okay, let's try some drum kits. So it's pretty fast loading. That's one thing I've noticed. And do keep in mind, these are my totally naive impressions. I haven't gone into any depth. I just played around with it a bit and I decided to make a video. So if you want to save time installing and not clutter your hard drive and figure out what it's like, hey, I'm like is it the scarecrow or something like that? And it doesn't sound too bad. It's light, so some of them do have noticeable velocity switching, which means that at louder volumes, you'll have a different sample than at lower volumes. I think that's one. Some of them are more obvious than others. Let's see. Yeah, that's one. See, it rings. The snare has more of a crackle. And of course, there's these other ones. Now, the hip hop kits, I found these, the sounds are all right. The groupings are kind of weird because it's not quite general media. You have a bass drum in most of these Cs, up and down these octaves. The problem though is they don't really have a lot of fat punch. Even though I turned up the volume, they don't have a nice compressed sound, like say for instance, Urban Arsenal 2 from Native Instruments. But you can still play them. But for modern music production, you'll want to pump this into a compressor. I guess there's an expert mode here. I really haven't got into it. Some of it seems easy to navigate. The interface overall is fairly reasonable. I don't see a customizable effects section. I don't know if they have one. This is one of those things I love to find out by discovery. Just without reading the manual, what can you get out? So here you have some organs. Again, these load quickly. Hallelujah! Testify! All right, it's missing a little gritty distortion, which is common. I don't see a way to add it. I think that's part of the problem. You can load the sound, but it's not obvious what parameters you can adjust. I might be wrong, but unlike Core, it doesn't expose a series of knobs. And here we have, so these are samples from various libraries, fuller libraries. They sound like Extreme Effects, comes from a set which is originally 8 gigabytes that I was looking at earlier, and it contains atmospheres and sound effects taken from Hollywood Edge collection. So Wind Crossing. Okay, pitch bend does something, but I don't see a way to control pitch bend range. So it's a Rumpler in that, okay, you can play the basic sounds, but you don't have too much of a control, even at a simple level. And that rather concerns me. Let's see the pure pulse. I like that the sounds load quickly. like that. Let's see. I like getting the feel one note. Oh, that's cool. That's neat. But that is sort of a problem when you're playing with sounds like this, because even with the expert mode on, I don't see... It's not a great degree of tweaking. And that, again, has me concerned. Let's see. Okay, you got loops here. And these just play themselves. Looks like. Oh, there's an effects tab. Okay, so maybe that's what I was lacking. That's what I have to check. And oh, there we go. That's better. And I had seen that on a screenshot with the pitch bend. See, this pleases me to make that discovery, to at first go, where was it? And to have missed a user interface element and to catch that on tape. So let's go into, what's this? That's a nice sweep. So we should be able to do some tweaking after we okay that. And now the tab shows up. There we go. We'll raise the attack. So it's not so sharp at the beginning, and notice when it goes back down. And drive, that would help with the distortion. One of my favorite things, of course, is to raise the pitch bend. Raise it all the way up to an octave. Let's see how far this can go. Oh, 2 octaves here. Yes, it all gets rather self-indulgent after a while. And these other sorts of standard controls, which I am, for the most part, familiar with. Let's check the effects section now. Okay, so we got these. How do we add more effects? Let's see what they've got. Oh, okay. So there's a multi-effects section here, and this is pretty generous. This is not bad at all. So if we were to add, for instance, I like the sound of a talk box filter. These names don't look that friendly. There's no good reason why they should show the file extension on these. Very exploratory. Anywho, that's it for that one. Let's go back to the sound browser. Okay, that makes sense. And let's go into the Salina string ensemble here. Like synth strings. Just got the pedal down. Wish that swelled it or something. I love that expression when that happens. I guess it's trying to be more authentic. And sound scans, what do we have here? Are these beats as well? They look like Rex loops. Okay. I wish there was an easier way to turn it off right from here. There probably is one, like switching to another sound. I bet. Yeah. And here we go, various presets. Oh, analog strings. I want to turn up the volume on this so as I can see here. Oh, that's nice. Vent when you hit it. So that's a taste of this UVI Workstation. You can go ahead and check it out at the easy address I give you so you don't have to waste time navigating, and look into the full packs of sounds. As a demo version, I would say there's some nice stuff in here. The inclusion of loops isn't that handy for me. I tend to drag loops right into the Ableton timeline here and chop them up as is. And I like having one shots available to manipulate. In addition, I wish they had more acoustic instruments. The collection here is really biased towards classic keyboards and synthesizers, so it's not well-rounded. It is specific, but as long as you know what it's going for and what you have here, you may want to check it out. Let's see the wood bongo. Let's see, there's nothing there.